The last thing I want to talk about on today's live stream, my friends, is the potential debut of a legend coming to AEW. Super excited about this possibility because we can criticize AEW all we want. But if there's one thing that AEW has done really, really well with as a company since day one, and I will argue this every time, I absolutely love the fact that AEW knows how to book legends. Adam Copeland was talking about this on AMNY, which for those of you who don't know what that is AM New York Metro. It's a website, whole bunch of stuff, sports betting, stuff happening in New York, whatever. Dean Moses of AMNY was speaking with Adam Copeland, and he was asked if he would ever team up with his wife, Beth Phoenix, in AEW. And he says he would love to. He also shares that he has some other ideas with Beth Phoenix as well. And it kind of got me thinking a little bit about AEW and maybe how they could benefit from this. He would like to work with her, and he's revealed that they have started discussing this idea of opening up a wrestling school. So not only is it a possibility that maybe he would be willing to bring Beth Phoenix to AEW and they'd be able to work together, but there is also the possibility of Adam Copeland opening up a wrestling school with Beth Phoenix. Now, let's talk about this. AEW does not have a developmental performance center, which is fine. They don't need one. But it's no secret that a lot of their talent have wrestling schools. Don't forget the Nightmare Factory still exists. Don't forget about that. Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall. They know a thing or two about wrestling schools. Let's not forget about FTR being considered very good trainers. Let's not forget about this idea that maybe AEW could bring in Beth Phoenix, utilize her as an on-screen character in a certain capacity, right? First and foremost, that could be a good thing from an on-screen perspective. But the second thing is they have a women's division that is completely growing. They have Madison Rayne in the company, who is pretty instrumental backstage. Why not bring in Beth Phoenix and have her become pretty instrumental backstage? Why not get to the point where you build a super team of women veterans who are backstage who could be helpful? Why not do that? And then if Adam Copeland and Beth Phoenix want to launch a wrestling school, use that wrestling school to train AEW talent or indie wrestlers who are being scouted by AEW. Why not use this as an opportunity to build the future of your company? Adam Copeland has a relationship with FTR. Why not have AEW do this? A lot of people could benefit from that. A lot of people could benefit from that. I genuinely believe a lot of people could benefit from that. And I think with AEW, if you don't open up a performance center, but you have veterans like this who are opening up wrestling schools, compensate them a little bit. You know, work with them, create a system that is unique to AEW, because WWE has a performance center. WWE says, look, you're going to join the performance center. We're going to pay you a little bit of money. You're going to work out here. We're going to teach you everything you need to know before we put you on TV, that type of thing, right? But if you're AEW and Beth Phoenix joins the company, she's going to be a on-screen character sometimes. She might have a couple matches here and there, but then she's going to be backstage being an influence on the women's division. That's a massive win. Massive win. And so if you're AEW, how don't you look at that as an opportunity to say, listen, instead of building a performance center, instead of building a developmental system, our vets, we're going to give you money. We're going to help compensate you for your time to develop people. And that could be a really good thing. And so, like, if you look at the women's division, for example, and you look at all these women that they have signed, there's a lot of people not being utilized. They're not prominently used on TV. Serena Deeb, Mercedes Martinez, both of them incredible veterans, right? I think there could be a better way of developing talent. That's how I look at it. There could be a better way of developing talent, and I think the way to do that is by bringing in veterans. And the cool thing about Beth Phoenix coming to AEW and Adam Copeland talking about this, Beth Phoenix is so good already as is that I think Beth Phoenix would go in there and have some big matches. You want to have Beth Phoenix and Mercedes, you can do that. You want to have Beth Phoenix and you know, Athena from Ring of Honor, you can do that. Jamie Hayter, you can do that. Hikaru Shida, you could do that. I want to see AEW get to the point where they really figure out how to create new stars. I'm sorry. Maybe this is not a popular opinion. Maybe this is not an opinion that everybody agrees with, but I do believe that this is one of the areas where AEW needs to improve. It doesn't need to be exactly like the WWE Performance Center at all. But I find it really cool if they were to bring in talent, especially when Adam Copeland's talking about doing like a wrestling school. Like, dude, this is crazy. The amount of benefit that you would get from it's amazing. So I don't know. That's something I've been toying with. It's the idea of like, hey, you bring somebody in, you utilize them a little bit for TV, right? It's not like Beth Phoenix is going to be wrestling every single week. That's completely fine. But if you have Beth Phoenix on TV this week, but behind the scenes, she's more than just an agent, right? She's more than just a producer. Like, she would be an instrumental factor in helping develop some of the talent prior to their debut. You know, people get injured, they get taken off TV in AEW. The cool thing is, hey, go to Adam Copeland and Beth Phoenix's wrestling school, get out of ring rust, go train there for a little bit. Tony Khan's got the money to do something like this. I feel like it could work very beneficial. It could be very beneficial for them. You know, look at what they have with the Nightmare Factory and all the people that went to the Nightmare Factory. There was a lot of people who benefited from going there. Replicate that process maybe 2 or 3 times. Yes, you get a talent contract, but then you also get a development coach contract where you become a coach for AEW. Mind you, they have Jerry Lynn, Paul White, and so many others. I don't know. It's intriguing. I think Beth Phoenix comes to AEW. We know she's not with WWE. This is a way to bring her in. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. How would you not want to learn from Beth Phoenix, right?